god! Jesus fucking Christ!
What is up? It's BearToast23 here to bring you another game review. Today we are reviewing the game MADiSON, which is hands down the scariest game I've ever played. Ever since I played MADiSON, scary games and movies do not have the same effect. I had nightmares for weeks. Let's get into it, review this game, and maybe you'll have some suggestions of games that might be a little scarier. So MADiSON came out in June of 2022 by MADiSON Games. It's a psychological horror, and like I said, it's one of the best scary games I have ever played. Actually, probably the best horror, psychological, scary, spooky game. So the game starts with you just kind of waking up in a random room, and what's scarier than going on a 7-week drinking binge and then waking up in a random hooker's room? I don't know! Spoiler alert, there are no hookers in this game. The main plot of this game is you're playing as a boy named Luca who receives a Polaroid camera for his 16th birthday. Allegedly, this camera belonged to a serial killer 30 years prior, and I don't know who the fuck would give someone a camera knowing that. You'll have to use the camera to navigate through this world. The scariest thing, the thing that I think really sets this game apart from games like Outlast, where you have like a continuous camera feed, is sometimes the only time you can see anything is with the brief flash of the camera, and that shit is so scary. The anticipation of having to flash the camera into the dark is really scary. Sometimes nothing happens. Sometimes a lot happens.
Oh fuck, Grandma!
And you just never know which. I think they do a good job of breaking up the jump scares and making them not predictable. So basically your goal through this game is to solve all of these puzzles and move from room to room, kind of like a giant escape room with demons, and kind of piece together all these secrets. The underlying goal, I think, is to like not get possessed. It doesn't really directly say that, but I'm assuming that's a thing that we all mutually want. Between the audio, the visual, the trippiness of only being able to see things like with the flash of a camera, it has been hard for me to find a game that compares to this because of how scary it is. I was so scared.
I'm exhausted. I'm emotionally exhausted.
All the time!
How did I not notice her? Oh my god! No!
Play this game with headphones if you want the full immersion.
I'm so scared right now. What is that music?
So trippy at times that I'd have to take my headphones off because I get disoriented. I don't know if this is coincidence or not, but 2-week period that I was streaming this game, my star projector stopped working, and then I came home from work one day and only the red mode was working, and that's really fucking scary. Anyways, so you go through this game using this camera, you're solving all these puzzles, you're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on, and at times I really had no goddamn idea what's going on. The puzzles were quite challenging. This was my first horror game that I've ever played, so maybe that's why I made it extra challenging. I definitely had to look up some walkthroughs ahead of my streams because I didn't want people to get stuck watching me run around with a candle. As we do for all videos, we're going to talk about the storyline, entertainment, difficulty, fear factor, replayability, length, and price, and go over each of one of those and what that score is and what it means. For the storyline, I gave it a 7 out of 10. It was a little hard to follow, but it was also really good, and at the end, you're just kind of like, oh fuck, that needs a trigger warning for sure. Entertainment-wise, I'd say it was about an 8 out of 10. I was thoroughly scared the whole time. My viewers seemed to really like watching me shit my pants on live TV.
Oh my god! Fucking shit! That was not funny!
Difficulty, I gave it a 7.5 out of 10 just because, again, this was a really challenging game. Some of the puzzles were really confusing. Like, you'd find stuff and then not need it for hours, like literally hours. Maybe for a more seasoned horror game person, it wouldn't be that complicated. Fear factor, I gave it a 9 out of 10. I didn't give it a 10 out of 10 just because I'm sure there's a game out there that can top this game. It has ruined all other scary movies and scary games for me because I cannot find anything that is as scary as this game. For replayability, length, and price, for replayability, I don't know if it's really that high. I will be playing it again for my 1-year stream anniversary coming up in August. Length, it's about 8 hours long, which is really long for a scary game. Most scary games I've played are only about 2, maybe 3 hours. Looking at you, baby in yellow. And for price, it's going right now, I believe, for $29.99, which I think is reasonable. I enjoyed the game. I think it was worth the experience and the spookiness and the nightmares and the therapy. Of course, the question that I ask after every game review is, do I regret buying this? Absolutely not. Great game. I would definitely buy it again. I would recommend it to anybody, especially for those who love the horror genre, horror series, or for someone who's new to it like I was and just wants to throw up uncontrollably. For 8 hours at least. Anyways, thanks for tuning in, and if you can tolerate hearing things like this...
Girls, just checking on you. You need some snacks? I don't know what that is, but I'll try anything twice, so I'm gonna take it.
I think you'd really like my stream. I'm live on Twitch every Monday through Thursday at 8:30 p.m. EST. Okay, bye!